So this is the next installment of my review of the Ty Bollinger interviews. And James is just having reheats of his rice dish because he didn't eat enough of it, and an orange for dessert. Because I was telling him that I hate oranges and I'm eating all the oranges because he won't. So anyway, I just have oatmeal here with cinnamon. That's it. Just oats, water, cinnamon. And this container is chia seeds ground up that I just ground up now. So I grind them up just before I eat them. And that's all I'm going to have right now. That'll be plenty. So where am I? Dr. Elita Shapovalova, MD, Latvia. They gave her a translator rather than subtitles, so I had a hard time watching it. It's interesting because here she is, a Latvian woman, and she looked very similar to my grandmother, my Ukrainian grandmother. Only my grandma was prettier than that woman. But anyway, they were talking about Rigbeer. There's no vomiting or sickness, as in chemo. The virus is trained to find cancer cells and kills it. Immune system's boosted to help fight cancer. Patient received treatment over 3 years and had no side effects. Even those who received Rigbeer before surgery have no side effects. You can go ahead and eat.
Thank you.
I don't care. I'll just read to you while you're eating. Dr. Ivars Kalvins, PhD, Latvia, leading institute in Baltics, European Inventor Award. He's of the 3 finalists for the Lifetime Achievement Award. So many types of cancer, many side effects. Overcome this by using living species, viruses, Rigbeer, used to treat melanoma. Native virus, not modified, but it's selectively toxic to cancer cells. Some viruses are good. This is one. Rigbeer is the only approved for melanoma. It's only approved for melanoma currently, but other people have tried it for other cancers and it's worked out. Some have considered using pathogenic or modified viruses, but that may end up very poorly. Cells mutate during development of cancer, thousands of mutations occurring with stomach cancer. There will never be one medicine. These viruses don't look for mutations in genes. They find core to penetrate into cells. 95% of genes have never been read in our life, but the viruses uses these genes. Aluminum replaces ion in the body in all enzyme system, which are destroying free radical. Mutagenic influences in environment, food additives, pesticides, 2 kilogram bacteria in our stomach and intestines, fed food which they cannot naturally use because this is protected by genetical approaches to avoid, and now new combinations of peptides are left in our stomach and intestines and absorbed by our blood. Now I'm going to say that, keep in mind, he's Latvian and he was speaking English here quite well. Still, it was a little hard for me to sometimes understand exactly what he was saying, so my notes maybe a little sketchy. I did my best here. Anyway, what was I saying? And now new combinations of peptides are left in our stomach and intestines and absorbed by our blood. And then we don't know the interactions in our body. These bacteria try to adapt to sources of food. Normal bacteria don't attack our cells from intestine. But now you train not normal cells to use what they don't use. They irritate all of our cells and destroy the membranes. Intestine, colorectal cancer, normal vaccine used to activate immune system against a protein, what you applied. It can be virus or protein themselves from the surfaces, but only the immune system is reacting to these particles. Even if Rigbeer doesn't evoke an immune system response, they are going to find cancer cells to penetrate and replicate within the cells by using the mechanism of the cells. The vaccine causes immune reaction against the protein you apply. And this can make cross reactions, similar other proteins in body. Problem against vaccination or hepatitis is that if you use the proteins of these viruses, they immediately beat your own liver. Because of this cross reaction, your immune system attacks your own liver because liver protein and virus protein are similar, and immune system cannot differentiate. If you apply big molecules, immune system makes antibodies first against these proteins. By second injection, very active. Next application, antibodies against antibodies formed. Next application, antibodies against antibodies against antibodies. Rigbier virus is very small. Where are they? Sounds like they're right on us. Oh, there they are. They're fighting over something. Really
territorial.
Yeah. The birds like to nest in, there's a hole in my apple tree, and they're probably saying, nope, we get that hole in the apple tree.
Maybe they're fighting over the remains of this food.
Maybe.
Hard to say.
Rigbier virus is very small, only 4 viruses. Oh, no, not viruses, only 4 proteins. I remember this, I wrote it down wrong. On the surface, protein left out and only something, I couldn't make that out, penetrating in. The false protein bound to cells, so the immune, well, what I figure it is you know how viruses look like an alien, they have that pointy thing up the thing? I think that's the thing that he was talking about pointing in, to the, but I don't know. And I don't know what that's called, so something. I couldn't quite hear what it was. The false protein bound to cells, so immune system doesn't attack virus itself, but the cell with virus. Rigbier makes the cancer cells visible. Some of the co-workers are using it as a prophylactic. Dr. Ingrida Kema, MD, PhD, Latvia, Riga Station University. She's also given a translator. She spoke English well. I just didn't make notes. Dr. Kaspars Logans, MD, and I felt, you know, it was interesting because now, you know what, I shouldn't say anything, but he was making maybe kind of fun, you know, the kind of fun that that little kids make of, like he was saying, you're not Casper the Friendly Ghost though, or whatever, you know, because of his name was Kaspars. And the guy's like, nope, I'm not Ghost, but I'm not a ghost.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean. So anyway, that was kind of funny. But the guy was very friendly. And anyway, he's a director, oncologist, surgeon. They're using Rigbier registered medication, good to remove tumor as much as possible, and then use adjuvant and avoid recurrence and metastasis. Rigbier is the adjuvant. Rigbier is not a vaccine. It works as a live virus, really good virus. Rigbier can be successfully used to treat early stage cancer. Oncotrophy and oncolysis finds and destroys cancer cell. Rigbier attaches to cancer and makes immune system see cancer. Late stage cancer patients are using Rigbier. Live virus injected, so temperature does increase a little to show immune system is responding to virus. Patients should not buy Rigbier. It is covered. Country pays Rigbier. He's seen patients from Ukraine, elsewhere, 40 countries coming to this international treatment center. So it's something you might want to consider looking into if your country will provide will put the cost for your treatment at this international treatment center. Because apparently countries do. They pay Rigbier. So there you go. Michael Stevenson, Tijuana, Mexico, 55 years old, married with 5-month-old son. He went to doctor's appointment, prostate cancer. Oncologist surgeon recommended only surgery, complete success, clear margins, got it all. His recovery process was longer than expected. Then they wanted to do radiation. His wife was helping create a prostate cancer database at the time and came to the conclusion that it wasn't about curing cancer, it was about making money off the cancer. Dr. Tony is giving him treatment. 2011 he started treatment. It was not covered by insurance and was expensive, but he feels good about having went there. He's kept to his vegan diet, he's healthy, and attributes it to hope for cancer. Except that is what it is. You may die, but really all we have is today, so live it, he said. Don't give estrogen, give testosterone for prostate cancer. He was shocked by seeing people on the street, and even going in, he was thinking, this can't be a world-class treatment center. But he followed through and was so glad. If you think you can do it, he says. It's very humbling to have someone give you an enema, but they made him feel comfortable. Make antivenom from his urine, and he was given a shot. He may have felt hesitant at the beginning of treatment, but now he has total confidence in Dr. Tony. He would follow any of his recommendations. His sister had conventional treatment, and when he'd asked her advice, she said never let them stick a needle in your arm. She knew cancer couldn't live in heat and light, so she was cremated when she died. He built his own thing to heat himself up with at home. Okay, so what was happening is he was getting these heat treatments from Dr. Tony in Mexico, and he was going in, and there was a woman coming out, and he said, "What's it like?" And she said something like pig cooker or something. Like, it just really hot apparently and horrible. So he was like, the whole time he went in there, and he's like, I can't possibly last 45 minutes in this thing, you know, because it's supposed to be 45 minutes or whatever. And but then he kept thinking, well, that woman could do it, so I could do it. And so he did it. And he came out, and she said, well, how long do you last? And he said, I did the 45 minutes. And she's like, wow, you know, I can only do 20 minutes or whatever she said, right? And so he had thought she'd went in and done the 45. And that's what motivated him to do the 45. But had she said, no, I could only do 10 minutes or whatever, he probably wouldn't have been able to do more than that, right? So it was actually lucky for him. So he fooled himself into following through with the whole. Anyway, it was interesting. Liz Jonas, Biomedical Center, Hoxsey Treatment. Harry Hoxsey used to buy people a bus or train ticket and put them up near the center and treat them free when they couldn't afford to pay. He made all of his money in penny stock. He was arrested several times, but his patients were very loyal to him and surrounded the jail. Hoxsey tonic is just herbs. Granddad was bet, and horse had cancer and turned him out to pasture to die. Horse kept getting better, so he watched what the horse was eating. He gave up the recipe to his son and on his deathbed. Moved to Utah, but they kept raiding Mildred's office. That was like the granddaughter or something. No matter where she moved in the States, Mildred moved to Mexico, but biomedical name taken to get away from Hoxsey name, because they were having major trouble with the man coming in the office, destroying things or something, just messing with their business. So anyway, people still know it's the Hoxsey treatment though. Cheapest treatment in Tijuana. You don't have to mortgage your house to get there. 80% cure rate. So do you want me to read more, or is that enough for now?
It's close to enough for now.